Hi Aquarius, welcome to your January 2024 energy reading. My name is Kimberly from the Path Illuminated. If you are returning, thank you so much for your support. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe so that you can stay up to date on when I post new content here. Happy New Year, Aquarius. As I am recording this, it is January 5th. I hope you are doing well. We are still in Capricorn season. We'll be moving into Aquarius season like mid-ish January. Excuse me. We also are going to be having quite a few planets in Capricorn this month. Yesterday, January 4th, Mars went into Capricorn. January 11th, we have the new moon in Capricorn. January 13th, Mercury goes into Capricorn, and then on January 23rd, Venus goes into Capricorn. As of right now, Pluto is still in Capricorn, where it's been pretty much since 2008, and it's going to be shifting into, Pluto will be shifting into Aquarius on January 20th, so it's a pretty big transit that the astrologers have been talking about for a while now. Believe Pluto will dip back into Capricorn for a brief period this fall, and then it will move fully into Aquarius for the next 20 years. So it's a pretty big transit that's going to have some long-lasting implications, collectively speaking, with regard to power structures and values in the collective. So lots of changes coming this year. But, you know, we'll take it one day at a time, Aquarius. This will be a general energy reading for the Aquarius Collective for January 2024. This is not a personal reading, Aquarius, so put yourself where you go, take the messages that resonate, and leave the rest. If you are interested, Aquarius, in a personal reading, I will link my details below. Please note that the only way to book a personal reading with me is via my website. I will never reach out to you directly to solicit or consider you for a reading, and neither will any other legitimate reader. Also, this is my only YouTube page, and all of my social media handles are exactly the same, all one word, at the Path Illuminated. No spaces, no special characters, no numbers, no punctuation, so please be aware of scammers and imposter accounts. I always like to remind my viewers to trust their own judgment and discernment, because this is your life and you know it better than anyone else. And always remember, Aquarius, that you have free will. So if something comes out in the reading that you're not super happy with, just remember that you can change your perspective, how you deal with a person or a situation. Nothing is set in stone. Time and energy are fluid, and we are constantly shifting timelines, energy, and opportunities based on how we engage with the world around us. All right, let's get going, Aquarius. Thank you, angels, spirits, and guides. What are the most relevant messages for Aquarius at this time? Thank you, angels, spirits, and guides. Please help me to pull the most relevant messages for Aquarius for January. Thank you, Spirit. What does Aquarius need to be aware of at this time? What messages are for their highest good at this time, Spirit? And I get one more card for Aquarius, please. Two, so put those back. It's just one card, Spirit. All right. Let me get the clarifying deck here, Aquarius. Again, thank you for being here. Don't forget to subscribe. If the messages resonate for you, please like the video. Leave a comment below. Let me know how this energy is showing up for you. One way for me to provide better, more accurate readings for you as a viewer is for you to engage in an energy exchange with me and to engage with the video. It makes it a little bit easier to pick up on the energy of the individuals that are actually watching the videos. And just generally speaking, with regard to any content creators that you actually benefit and appreciate the content that they provide for you, one way to pay it forward is to actually subscribe, to like, to comment on their content, because it helps to boost the channel and it helps other people find the channel because it helps the algorithm pick it up. So appreciate your consideration. Spirit, why is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse here for Aquarius for January? Thank you, angel spirits and guides. What does Aquarius need to know about the Ten of Pentacles in reverse here? Okay. Why is the Seven of Pentacles here for Aquarius? Why is the Seven of Pentacles here for Aquarius, Spirit? That's too many cards. Just one or two cards, please, for the Seven of Pentacles, Spirit. Why is the Seven of Pentacles here for Aquarius? What do they need to know about the Seven of Pentacles? Why is the Eight of Cups here? Why is the Eight of Cups here? Why is the Seven of Wands here, Spirit? Interesting. And why is the King of Cups here for Aquarius, Spirit? Why is the King of Cups here? Okay. All right, Aquarius, let me just, I always want to make sure you can see the cards. I will pull more cards after we get through the initial energy here. All right, so starting off with Ten of Pentacles, clarified by the Five of Cups in reverse and the Ten of Wands in reverse. So I'm getting that recently, maybe in the last year or so, it's become really clear to you that things are not working out as you had planned, as you had hoped, as you had expected. Your value system is going through a shift. Could the Ten of Pentacles in reverse be speaking to some type of financial loss or inversion? It could be. Regardless, even if there has been a financial hit that you've taken, it impacts, right, your value system. For me, I'm picking up that whatever you thought was stable, whatever belief system, whatever story, whatever blueprint you had been following up to this point, you're realizing that it's not actually stable. It's not actually providing you with what you need. And you've been reevaluating your value system. And as I mentioned, right, I think I mentioned it anyway, we had Mercury retrograde in December. It's stationed direct on January 1st. But we're still in the post-retrograde shadow period, which lasts for about 2 weeks. So a lot of times things that were triggered or that came to light for us during Mercury retrograde can start to really surface in a more 3D way when we come out of the retrograde and we're still in the shadow period. So Five of Cups in reverse for me is giving like you want to move on from disappointment. You're tired of being stuck. You're tired of being overly focused on the things that didn't work out. You want to find a path forward, but you're having a hard time with letting go. Whatever this was, this reverse Ten of Pentacles, whether it was a job or a relationship or just like a general way of being, like I said, I'm getting heavy, like you are reevaluating and rebuilding your value, your personal value system, right? But often as we are evolving and growing and changing and shifting and realizing what works for us, what doesn't, what we value and what we don't, it can take something happening in our everyday life, right? Like such as a job not working out, right? Like being at a job for a certain period of time, not getting the promotion, not getting the raise, not getting the appreciation, the validation that you deserve, right? It can be a relationship that for so long, maybe on the outside, it looks stable. Maybe to everybody else, it looked like this is the ideal situation, right? Like Aquarius must be so happy. but underneath it all, things have not been as they've seemed, and you've been undergoing a huge reevaluation of who you are and what actually matters to you. And you don't want to stay stuck, but you're having a hard time moving on. And like, that's totally understandable, Aquarius. Like, when things don't work out, when we're going through a metamorphosis, when we are shifting our internal value system, that can be a challenge. You know, Seven of Pentacles is like you're in a place of really evaluating how you've been investing your time, your energy, your resources, and trying to come to a logical conclusion about like the people, the situations, the jobs, you know, the friendships, the things that I've been working on. Are they actually bearing fruit? Is this worth my time and energy? And you're becoming really, really clear, Justice, card of Libra in reverse, that things have been really out of balance for you. Perhaps you were overly dedicated to your job and neglected your relationships, or perhaps it was just a case of you're so used to falling in line and doing what people expect of you, and you realize that things have been really out of balance for you with regard to your energy, your resources. You're making a decision this month to move away from everything, anyone, any situation that is not emotionally fulfilling, which I love to see, right? Like, it's after a period of like understanding like what I've been doing is not working. Things have been out of balance. I don't want to stay stuck. It's not necessarily the easiest to let this go, you know, whether it is a relationship or a job that you've invested in, right? Even if you know that you've been like doing it all and carrying the load and things have been out of balance, it doesn't mean that it's easy to walk away from these things. But I think like coming into January, you start to see things more clearly coming out of the Mercury retrograde fog, and you're like, you know what, I'm just done with this. If it's not working, it's not working, and I'm tired of being stuck here. Two of Wands, really considering what your options are moving forward, what it is that you want, how you want to, what you want to accomplish this year, what your overall arching goals are now that you're moving away from the old and considering the new. This is going to take a lot of strength from you, Aquarius. Strength card of Leo. This is all about tapping into the strength of your heart and your soul, and realizing that even if it's difficult for you to walk away from people, a situation, a job, excuse me, Aquarius, sorry. I've had a bit of a dry throat. Give me a second. If you have the strength and the fortitude within you to move away, even in those moments where you feel conflict. And yes, you are going to have to defend yourself. There are going to be people that question you, Aquarius. There are going to be people like, well, I don't understand. You know, you've been at this job for, you know, so long, and it's been, you know, such a part of your life. Like, why are you doing this? If you're leaving a relationship, same thing. Well, I don't understand. Like, you guys seem so happy, da 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 da. But it's like, it's taking you quite a lot of strength and internal dedication to who you want to be, right? That it's like, as soon as you make the decision to walk away, everybody has something to say. But understand that you get to do what's best for you, Aquarius, and you have the higher ground. You know, the haters are going to say what they got to say, and you can tell them that they have no right to bring their unsolicited advice or opinion to you. You know what I mean? Like, you get to enforce your boundaries. You get to choose yourself. Again, with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, and then the Ten of Cups upright. So for me, this is like, you know what the F has been going on in your life, Aquarius. You know that whether this was like a job or a long-term commitment, however other people may have viewed this, it was not fulfilling. It was not stable. It was not your Ten of Cups, and you were fighting for your Ten of Cups, which for you is all about moving away from the things that you thought were going to bring you stability, and realizing that it's more than what it's beyond the 3D. It's beyond the job title. It's beyond the salary. It's beyond the good-looking couple on Instagram. It's about emotional fulfillment. And sometimes just because it may look a certain way to other people, that doesn't mean that you're happy. King of Cups, this is you coming into emotional stability and grounding within yourself, understanding, Aquarius, that you actually can find your power and authority in your emotions. And something I like to remind folks of, there is no gender in tarot. We all have masculine and feminine energy within us. So if you're showing up as a king, it's an energy. It has nothing to do with your gender. And something about Aquarius, right? You're the water bearer. So you're an air sign. You're logical, you're cerebral, you're mental. However, you have the ability to access your deep emotions. And I think, you know, not surprisingly, you've kind of locked out your emotions for a long time. I think that you denying how you felt because you don't trust it, because you've been conditioned, like many of us, to believe that, you know, feelings are weakness, which is not true. It's like for a long time you neglected how you felt and you were more on the logical side. Well, you know, I've been in this job and, you know, I get paid this much and da 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 da, or I've been in this relationship and, you know, whatever, sure, it's not perfect and I don't know if I'm happy, but like it works, right? It works for what it was, until you realize that you actually want something deeper, right? You want more than the pentacles. You want more than the cute photo on Instagram. You want something real. And that requires you to go into the depths of your emotion to gather that data so that you can find the internal alignment between your logical mind and your heart and your emotions and your intuition. You're coming into emotional stability and grounding. And I think that this is a new place for you to be. At the end of the day, you are going to have something to celebrate. 3 of Cups. There are people that are going to be really happy. Sure, are there going to be haters and people that judge you and talk shit and like talk behind your back or question you, make you feel like you have to defend yourself? Sure, there's always that, especially when you're stepping outside of the box. And regardless of if you're doing something that people don't expect you to, that pretty much tracks for Aquarius, right? Like, Aquarius is always going to be doing something that other people don't understand. That's part of the archetype. You're like the alien. You can think outside of the 3D reality, and I think you're finding the motivation to follow your innate strengths. That is not just your heart, but it's also your ability to see beyond the confines of 3D reality. There are people that are going to celebrate this shift in you. There are people that have been waiting for you, that support you. So it's like, sure, there may be people that have something to say, family, coworkers, whatever, but there's also people that want to celebrate with you, and you making this choice to go after what you know is going to fill your cup and leave you emotionally fulfilled. It's like, who cares how much money you have, Aquarius, if you're not happy? It's like, if you're miserable, I mean, like, I'm not saying money's bad. I'm just saying that you've come to this place that, like, you need more than that. You need more than this is a decent relationship, I guess. We respect each other, but there's no emotion involved. There's no passion. Sure, I guess this job looks good on paper, but I hate it. It's boring. I don't feel stimulated. I don't feel challenged. All right. Can I get some additional insights here for Aquarius? Any advice on this shift and change for Aquarius in January, Spirit? 10 of Swords, you're coming to the end of a really tough cycle. You are, yes, the 10 of Swords, it is painful, but it's also the end, right? The minor arcana only go up to 10. You're going to be coming out of mental conflict, which is a good thing, right? Because then you have alignment, then you have clarity. And yes, you have, again, another 2 of Wands. You have decisions to consider. There's a world here, right? He's holding this globe. I don't know if you're considering moving cities, states, countries, or perhaps you've been considering a job that requires more travel. or it requires you to move, again, cities, states, or countries. We have the world here, which I feel like there's going to be a lot of travel involved. Maybe, again, you're moving or considering that, but this is the end of a cycle, right? Like 10 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles in reverse, 10 of Cups. Like there's a lot of ends to cycles here. And as much as at the beginning of the month, you are not sure how to move forward, even though you want to, as you start to assess yourself and come to clarity about the relationships, whether it's romance or, you know, a job, you come into clarity about how out of balance it's been and how much personal sacrifice it's required, which then makes it easier for you to be like, F this, I'm done. I'm done. Right? And so like, I think that once you make this decision, I think that the opportunity that comes toward you or that you're going to be considering is actually going to be a lot bigger than maybe you had anticipated, and it may look different than you thought. 9 of Cups, this is a wish fulfillment card. You choosing you and you deciding that like what other people, whether it's family or society or whatever, right? Like what other people tell you is worth your time, effort, and resources is different for you. And once you like fully step into that and you're like, you know what? I'm not like everybody else. I'm Aquarius. I'm going to do this shit the way it works for me. I'm going to do the things that align with me, even if it doesn't make sense to other people. It's like the universe responds to that. When you decide that you deserve what you want, that's how you get wish fulfillment. Any final advice here for Aquarius? The Lovers, card of Gemini. Yeah, you have a big life decision to make here. The Lovers doesn't necessarily have to be about a romantic relationship. Like I said, this could be a job. Everyone's going to be different. But you do have a big decision to make. And the clarity, again, is going to come by you logically and realistically assessing the situation, because it's been out of balance. And when you decide to choose yourself and you decide to choose your happiness, the universe is going to respond, Aquarius. All right, I'm going to leave it there, but I want to close out the reading with an oracle card from the Soft Cosmic Concepts Oracle deck. It's like a mouthful. All right, Spirit, what final message do you have for Aquarius? We got 2 cards here. We got Shadow Work and Onward. Let me just get the book here. Excuse me. Examine your shadow self to understand the parts of you that are wounded and repressed. Inquiry: what is this triggering? Why is this triggering this negative emotion? Our shadow is our darkness, or the things we reject in ourselves because we are ashamed of them or deem them as unacceptable, such as your emotions, Aquarius, because you have been conditioned to believe that having emotions or feelings is weakness, and that's not true. You've been suppressing a part of yourself. Sorry, that was my addition. Let me move on. These can be repressed thoughts or emotions like jealousy or anger. Such emotions are perceived as undesirable traits in society, so we lock them away in ourselves because that is what we are socially conditioned to do. However, we should not run from our shadow or fight it. We must understand our shadow side and own it. There is this duality in all of us. We cannot always be love and light. You are being asked to examine your shadow to deepen your understanding of yourself. Acknowledge the feelings that you've been avoiding because of shame or fear or believing that you're not allowed to want something different than what you've been told you're supposed to want, Aquarius. Onward. No need to overthink. Move forward with the decision. Inquiry: how can I move forward? This is a card of progression and decision making. You may be feeling stuck on your path or in a situation, but this is a good sign that you will be able to move forward soon. If you are faced with making a decision, try not to overanalyze it too much. Sometimes the only decision you need to make is to wait it out. I don't think there's going to be a lot of waiting, but I do think as you're doing the shadow work, like I said, Aquarius, things are going to become really, really clear to you about what's not been working. And I think you're just going to be over it. So Aquarius, I hope these messages resonated for you. If they did, give the video a like, subscribe, leave me a comment below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.